Been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. Long time no see.
Yeah.
How's everything going?
The reason why we're not being, publishing new podcast is because, we need a little pause.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because
Yeah, we truly need a little pause. First of all, we're gonna have a summer vacation.
yeah,
But that's not the point. The point is we need a time. We need to wrap up.
yeah,
And by the way, not just we need to wrap up. I guess our system also needs to wrap up.
yeah, because we have some new features, new updates going on, and with the PBX system, and we have new things prepared.
Yep.
And the summertime is actually very, very important.
Yeah.
We're working on that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's why we take a little break. We wait for the new features and we rethink how should we proceed with the podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why we actually stop renew the podcast for like 2 months.
Sure.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be season 2. We're back.
Yeah, season 2, we're back.
Yeah, exactly.
That's because we do enjoy talking to you guys, of course. We'll come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, quick question.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna be back in
Yeah.
season 2. So
Yeah.
back with what? This is our question.
Well,
Absolutely, we're supposed to bring something new with the new season,
Yeah.
right?
yeah, absolutely. First of all, we find out that many of our audiences, they, you guys actually listen to our podcast, look at our videos because you guys want to know, what new features do we have in Yeastar here, right? What is the roadmap?
Yeah.
And what new plans do we have for the business? So yeah, that's what you guys like.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. And also, I'm pretty sure you guys already get the new firmware on your system. We
Yeah.
have a couple of new updates on
Yeah.
it. Some cool features like we had a live stream, right?
Yeah, we had a live stream.
Yeah, we
couple
were
of
talking
days
about
ago.
something really awesome there. Like we add a new channel for the contact center solution. That's a very important update.
Yeah.
So pretty much sure, guys, you will have a totally different user experience with the contact center solution.
Yeah.
And talking about the contact center solution, I guess one thing we might probably think about it is there any plan we're going to push it forward for the voice channel? Because
Yeah.
this update, obviously, we have important, updates there. It's for the digital channel.
Yeah.
So what about the
Yeah.
voice channel?
Well, first of all, it's a quite controversial topic when it comes to contact center or digital channel.
Yeah.
Because for those end users or distributors or installers, for those who need it, they really, really, really need it. They would see it as a crucial part of their communication system,
Sure.
right? But for those who don't need it, they're like, okay, contact center is nice, digital channel is nice, okay?
Yeah.
But we need to make phone calls, okay?
Yeah.
I don't care about WhatsApp. I don't care about Meta. It's not that it's not important, but for some part of the customer, for their business, especially for the end users, most of their external communication, their engagement with their customers, it happens on their voice channel. They just make phone calls, right?
Yeah.
So they need new things on the phone calls.
Yeah.
And that brings us to the topic today.
Exactly.
What the hell are we doing
Yeah.
during the summer while we're not renewing the podcast, besides playing the game? What are
Yeah.
we doing?
Yeah, pretty popular game, by the
Wow.
way.
Well, that's, everybody.
Yeah, that's right.
Even my 9-year-old daughter, she knows about that.
Wukong is
Yeah.
popular now.
Yeah, well, let's get back to the
Yeah, sure.
topic. So, we are absolutely, researching and looking at the call center,
Yeah,
voice
sure.
channel
Sure,
call
sure,
center.
sure.
It comes down to two things. First thing is the auto dialer,
Yeah,
outbound call center.
that's right.
We've already mentioned that in the digital channel because, we are surely going to have that published this year.
Yeah.
Right. I already seen demo.
So there's a prototype.
Yeah. I already
Wow.
seen it
How does it look?
this morning. It looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah.
It's already seems pretty polished already.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
we're not allowed to show you guys at all. But it's already done.
Yeah.
You know. So I already seen it. But we're not going to be talking about what features are we going to support, things like that. We're just going to be, here. I just want to talk about Outbound Call Center.
Yeah.
Because who needs it? Why do they need it? What
Yeah,
features
sure.
is there? And
I
what
mean,
should we
our
think of?
partners, they're quite familiar with our inbound call center solution. Been many years.
Yeah.
And now we just bring them something new. It's the outbound call center. It's on the reverse side. So absolutely, I guess for this podcast, we can have a free chat. Let's just talk about exactly what can we do with the outbound call center, how we benefit from it, and what's the difference between the inbound call center and the outbound call center.
Well, first of all, we need to explain why outbound call center takes so long.
Yep.
Yeah. Because to be honest, outbound call center compared to inbound call center is a quite sensitive product,
Yeah.
legally speaking.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's really sensitive for some particular scenarios. Yeah.
Different countries have different, we're not saying it's illegal, but different countries have different types of restriction over outbound call center and about the business that they can do.
Yeah.
And even for a while, in China, that's where we are, right? In China, it has been really, really tough with outbound call center laws, regulations.
Sure.
Because there are a lot of things going on.
Well,
spam
let's just talk about this straightforwardly. It's gonna be fraud costs. That's the biggest problem.
Yeah, fraud costs, spam costs, countless robocalls.
Yeah.
So a lot of governments, they take very strict measures to ban those kind of calls.
Exactly.
And this caused one situation in China. A lot of those outbound call centers, they move from China to other countries. To Cambodia, to Myanmar.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all know that.
Yeah.
So they are close to China. They can even use Chinese numbers.
Sure.
And we've received such a request from some of our distributors, domestic distributors in China, but we refuse that business. We refuse that project because it sounds very, very illegal. They are in I cannot remember which country, but it's just right on the south border of China.
All right.
Okay. You can
just a few
you can
countries
imagine
there.
that as Chinese Mexico. You can imagine that. Okay. Well, that sounds wrong on all kind of aspects, but okay.
Are we supposed to talk it like this?
Well, so it's on the southern China of southern border of our country,
Sure,
right?
I know.
So they are officially out of the country in Myanmar, I believe. Okay. So, but they got a bunch of huge quantity of Chinese SIM cards.
Yeah.
And just because it's right across the border,
Yeah.
the data coverage is still quite good.
Yeah.
So they set up their call center
Sure.
there. Okay. So what they ask for is the PBX should be in China, right? And they want to buy a bunch of TG gateways.
Yeah.
The GSM gateways. And have them installed in the other country. Okay?
Yeah, on the other side.
On the other side,
sure.
okay? We shouldn't mention the name. So the SIM cards are installed on the gateways, and it registered through internet to the local PBX. And people are making phone calls in China with the PBX, but the GSM gateways are right across the border in other countries while using Chinese mobile data.
Yeah.
I am a little bit confused at first, but then,
Then you just take a look at the news. You know what's going on there, right?
Not just the news, but I'm just thinking why they have the people stay in China, because they're in China, they have to follow the Chinese rules, right? The police can still take them, but if they're right across the border, that means they can just jump front and back. Okay, and I believe I believe the distributor or our partners, they kind of misled us to think that the people are in China, because if we think it's a tricky business, a bad business, we might say no, right? So they told us that the people are in China.
In China, right.
But very, very likely, the PBX is in China, no problem.
Right.
But the people are in Myanmar.
Yeah. Switch it back and forth. That's right.
Yeah.
Trunk sharing. Technically, we were talking about this before.
Well, we call that trunk landing in China.
Yeah.
Landing, you can imagine a plane is landing in China.
Right.
Yeah, in Chinese we call that trunk or number landing.
Landing, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's illegal.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's absolutely illegal. The cost they're making is absolutely illegal. Otherwise, there are no reason why they are, going to other countries to do this. But this kind of issues, and of course, because we are a communication company, we are, let's say, the authorities cares a lot about us because we are capable of offering this kind of system.
That's right.
That stops us from developing auto dialer.
Yeah.
Right. But the thing is, this is the reason why we talk about this is because it is a sensitive issue. If we see the regulation in other countries, like in US, they have lists like TCPA, right? They have the TCPA to strictly, I believe if there are any US, audiences, they might disagree. Nobody would ever agree with that. But there is this regulation, and that means that, of course, you can have your number registered in the TCPA as do not call register. This way, once your call is registered, that means the outbound call center cannot call you. If they call you, it's illegal. Right? We have to follow the rule, right? And of course, robocalls are banned in US, but not in other countries. So that means certain rings call strategy will not be allowed. Yeah. And of course, there are many regulations that US and US laws and regulations. That's how they add term after term after term. Add everything and pile it up.
It becomes more and more complicated.
Yeah. But this is the thing, right? We have to follow the rule. We have to follow the regulation, especially the one in China, because we don't want to getting any trouble. But on the other hand, it is a highly requested feature. Why? Because outbound call center or this kind of business is very, very important. Telemarketing is still very, very important.
Yeah, not everyone's gonna mess it up. Still, lots of customers, they do need such a solution. They want to use it for business.
Yeah, so that's the reason why it takes us.
Yeah, it just takes some time for us because we need to be very careful when we try to promote such a solution here. Like you mentioned, we need to think about the regulations based in different countries. Yeah, we need to figure out the best way to present the solution to our customers.
Yeah. So that comes to another two major things that we need to follow when it comes to outbound auto dialer. Okay?
Yeah.
The first one is, as we mentioned, do not call register list.
Yeah.
That's because in many countries, different countries, they have different laws. They are called different things. Like in US, it's TCPA. In the UK, it's TPS. Yeah. Well, things like this. They are mainly focused on do not call register.
Yeah.
This is one major aspect. And the other one is the frequency with which you can make the calls.
Like maximally how many calls can you make under a particular duration?
Yeah. So these are the things that we are thinking about. As for now, we cannot tell you exactly what are we thinking and what are we going to have, right? But on the other side, let's talk about. But let's start with the frequency part because that highly linked to the, calling strategy of the, outbound call center.
That's
auto
right.
dialer,
That's right.
Right.
Yeah, you need to provide a proper solution. Then you have to figure out how am I supposed to make these calls. Then I'm gonna be okay. I'm not gonna get any in trouble with it.
Yeah. Well, so if you really look at the solutions, the existing solutions in the market, there are a couple of major ways for you to make outbound calls, auto dialers, right? They have the most safe one, let's say safe one, okay, that will surely follow, that will surely be legal anywhere, okay? In Ring Central, they call that TCPA safe dialer.
Yeah.
Right. Well, in other other products, they call their other things.
Yeah.
But Ring Central as an US solution, they marketing TCPA.
Yeah, they're just gonna follow that regulation.
Yeah. But basically, the safe one will be manual dial. In Ring Central, the TCPA dialer is manually based. So that means the agent would, when they're ready, they click to dial.
Sure.
They press the button to dial. So that means the agent will wait for the callers or for the callees to answer the call.
Sure.
Right. They will wait on the other side, and they will be the one to initiate the call. Right. So that means, of course, the frequency is really, really low.
Yeah.
Because
it's totally handled by yourself, manual configuration. That's it.
Yeah.
I guess that's just another way for agents to make a call.
Yeah.
We just make it easier, like maybe one button to call anyway, something like that.
Okay.
Just make it easier.
Yeah. When they do this, they mainly focus on workflow of the agent.
Sure.
Yeah, they would tell you, well, the solution provider would tell you that the solution they offer will surely increase the possibility of a closed deal.
Yeah.
When it's a manual calls, right? But because this is the only thing that they can marketing right now, because it's not an auto, it's not technically an auto dialer.
Not auto dialer.
It's not technically an auto dialer, and there are no way that you can ensure the efficiency of the outbound call center, because
you still have to call that number by yourself.
One by one.
Yeah,
and let's remember this. Nowadays, if it's a strange number, more likely people will just hang up the call.
Sure. I'm not going to pick it up.
I'm not going to pick up a strange call, right? So that means in many cases, the agent will have to wait on the other side.
Yeah.
For one lucky guy to answer the call. Wow, we probably shouldn't talk about it like this.
This is going to be the funnest podcast we ever had.
Well, that's the truth, okay? The thing is, you have to do it like this, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
But a lot of customers, a lot of call centers, they wouldn't be okay with it.
Sure thing. For example, if I'm a business owner, like my service, maybe I'm gonna selling some insurance or maybe credit card. I want you guys to call these customers. Come on, you guys, what are you doing? You have to wait there one by one.
I'll give you a number. It's a domestic number.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not entirely accurate all over the world, right? So in China, an outbound, the possibility of one person answering a strange call is 35%.
35%, yeah.
So 35% of the people will answer the call.
Right.
A strange call. That means if you dial one by one, roughly 65% of your dial will just be hang up.
Yeah.
So 65% of the time, the caller will just sit there and wait.
Yeah. Good for nothing.
Yeah. So you can imagine a call center operator or a call center owner would be very, very unpleased with this situation, right? So, and then once again, that's why the solution providers who have this mode would highlight the,
Yeah, that's the only benefit they can talk about. Yeah, nothing else.
Okay, so if you use our solution, it's more likely that your agent will get the job done, will close the deal. When it's very, very likely it has nothing to do with the solution.
Very likely. Yeah, that's the key word.
Yeah, very likely there's nothing to do with it with the solution.
Sure,
right?
sure.
But it's mostly linked with the guy if they are clever enough.
That's right. It depends on this agent.
Yeah. And okay, so we move on to the next one. There is the people will not be happy. The owner
Sure thing.
will not be happy with this strategy, right? So there is the other way, which is a little bit more aggressive than this one, but surely will very, very likely be legal ways, right? So that will be progressive dialer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's more advanced. I mean, that sounds like a real auto dialer.
But it's auto. First of all,
it's auto.
It's technically auto,
Sure.
right? So when it comes to auto dialer, that means that you just import a bunch of lists.
Yeah.
You
got your contact list. You drop it there on your system.
That you want to call.
Exactly.
This time, right? So the system will call each number one by one.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, there are rules like how many times should I repeat before I stop trying, things like that, right?
You can customize it.
Yeah,
sure,
you can customize it,
yeah.
of course. And if one really smart person, answer the call, the system will just connect this guy with a free agent.
Right.
So one answered callers will shake hands with one agent.
Yeah, one
free agent. Or this is how it works, right?
Yeah.
So it's automatic, right? And you can imagine it will, of course, increase the efficiency.
Yeah.
But if it's still 35% answering rate.
Same thing. Nothing's changed. Yeah. The only thing changed here is you don't have to dial numbers by yourself. The system going to help you to call these guys.
Yeah.
But pretty much sure, like you said, 60%, over 60% of these customers, they're not gonna even take a look on these phone calls.
Yeah. So, but in China,
Right.
China, the data is in China. Maybe in other countries it's different, but different people will have different answering rate. But in China here, we are more reserved when it comes to talk to strangers. Probably.
Sure.
So that's what it is with the progressive dialer. And progressive dialer is by far, according to our research, the most popular.
Yeah, I guess so because it's legal. That's very important.
That's the perfect balance here because, like in China, one number. I'm not saying. Oh no, not one trunk. I'm not saying one number. One trunk, like the trunk we have in the company, can make like 10 outbound calls per second, 10 or 6, but under 10, under 10 numbers, calls, concurrent calls.
You mean concurrent calls, yeah.
Yeah. So if that is a very, very strict law against outbound call center.
Sure.
So every second you can make 10 outbound calls.
That's right.
Yeah. That's very, very strict. But that also means that that's probably they moved to Myanmar. Okay. Yeah. But that
yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. But the thing is, so anybody from Myanmar, if they happen to listen,
no offense.
It's a simple truth.
Sure,
it's a simple truth. Okay, they're not only moving to Myanmar; they're also moving to Cambodia, to Thailand sometimes.
Right.
But the thing is, we cannot break that law, right?
Yeah.
I believe in other countries they have some similar laws according to our research, but you have to obey that.
Yeah.
Right. But it's going to be very, very easy for you to break that law if you don't have a certain limitation.
That's right.
On the system base.
You have to make sure your PBX, your system, got a very particular mechanism which can help you to manage the whole thing. Yeah. Otherwise, who knows what's going to happen? Maybe everything's going to be normal. I'm just going to call my customers, but sometimes you will just exceed the rule.
Yeah.
And your telephone line will just gonna be disabled.
Yeah.
The service provider will just cancel your service directly.
Right. And that's why, once again, we get back to the refused, the projects. And that's why they get a whole bunch of gateways.
Yeah.
Whole bunch of numbers.
I can separate everything there.
Well, they are prepared for the numbers to get banned.
Yeah.
Okay? It's okay if the numbers are
banned. You cancel this one, I got a backup.
Once it's banned, I just... remove the SIM card.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch it to another one.
And that's why originally, in our TG gateway, we have to power off when we change the SIM cards, right?
Sure.
They require that we can keep the power on, keep the system running while we change.
Then they can change the card,
the SIM
right.
card, right? That's why they need it, right? And well, this is what happens when we talk about auto dialer.
Yeah.
And guys, that's exactly how difficult it is for a for a producer like us want to do. If we want to try to do auto dialer, you will receive a lot of strange requests.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. Okay, progressive dialer is a perfect balance. First of all, it's not difficult. It's not difficult to do. You don't need algorithm. You can just do one call with one string.
Yeah, it will just follow the list,
making
calls
one by one. And this way, it means that if the agents are free, and then they will be
call
able
will
to
just
get
be
the calls,
distributed to him.
Right.
Yeah.
It's automatic. It's kind of efficient, and it's very likely will be legal, right?
Yeah.
But well, once again, the owner. The capitalism will always seek for higher efficiency.
Yeah.
Efficiency.
You got it.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, so there are other ways. Okay.
Sure.
In many high-end auto dialer, or we say progressive auto dialer, they have the predictive dialer.
Yeah.
And that is considered their core technique. Like they would say that they have the AI, they have a very good algorithm.
They might probably have some programs, artificial intelligence, whatever. But it will just be running in the system.
Well, they start to marketing, their algorithm and their AIs. Well, the thing is, basically, the system would predict. It's predictive dialer, right?
Sure.
The system would predict how many agents will be free, and based on the talk time.
Sure.
Yeah, the intermediate talk time of each agent based on the size of the campaign, based on the answer rate of the calls,
the connectivity rate.
Yeah. They would decide, okay, so how many calls should I call right now to make sure that the predicted free agent will be fully functioning.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, connected. That's a good word. So that's how it works, right? They have this algorithm.
It's going to be a really smart way, I think. I'm pretty much sure if I'm a business owner, I will prefer this one.
Well, and in one hand, they will follow the rules. And in the other hand, they would,
it will just
make
automatically do the
possible.
calculation. Like you said, predict
Yeah.
exactly how many phone calls are we supposed to make on this turn or on the other turn. It will be pretty dynamic. So you don't have to call like 20 users directly.
Yeah.
It might be 20 customers, 15 customers, 2 customers.
It's easy. We mentioned that in China, only 35% of the people will answer will answer strange calls, right? So that means if I want one people to at least answer the call. So if I predict that there will be one free agent, I have to make 3 calls to make sure that this agent will be.
Just check on the ratio. Right. Then it will just automatically calculate
and the system will start to make phone calls before the agents end their last calls. Because it's predicted. Right? They would estimate, okay, so how many time do they probably have left in this conversation? And they will do the call in advance.
Yeah, that's right. So the customer will be connected first, then they're just going to waiting there, and then the agent will get in.
Yeah. And many, as I mentioned, higher-end auto dialer or outbound call center solution, they would mainly marketing this feature, algorithm.
Exactly.
Algorithm.
You know what? I got a couple of phone calls saying maybe last week.
Yeah?
From
Myanmar?
No. Let's better stop this joke, okay? I can't hold it, okay?
Sorry.
Actually, the call from the bank service.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about they're using the exactly same way to handle this phone call because they call me a couple of times. And eventually, I just pick it up. I just want to know, hey, exactly what is going on. And I'm ready. I'm even ready to talk with the agent when I pick it up. There's no one in it. It's going to be a prompt. And I'll wait like maybe 3 or 5 seconds, and then there's an agent connected.
That's actually, if I understand that correctly, TCPA actually do not allow this. They would require that on the other side,
be a real person.
There has to be a real person.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Once again, guys from the US, I believe that you guys will complain that many calls made to you are robocalls, which is not taken by real person. Well, probably your call are also made from other countries, maybe call centers.
Yeah.
When we talk about call centers, one country will come up, right?
Sure.
I am on fire today. Okay, so basically, but the thing is, if it's legal in your country, it will be legal in other countries.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
If there is buying, there's killing, right? So, well, that means that robocalls or this kind of calls will exist.
Yeah,
and
it will exist.
Yeah, and there will be system that allow this. And to be honest, if it's allowed in the in these countries, then yeah, for sure it will be. Okay, funny story. When it comes to TG gateways, I'll name the country India.
Yeah.
We also received such a project from India.
Okay.
I think couple years ago.
Right. What is it?
They talk about this auto switch.
Auto switch.
No. Auto SIM card switcher.
Auto SIM card switcher.
So it just automatically rotate the SIM card.
Sure.
Physically rotate the SIM card. They ask if our gateways have it. And we're like, okay, it's not a legal business. Well, maybe it's legal in your country, but no, we cannot do that.
We're not gonna do this.
Okay, but you see, right?
Sure.
Very interesting. So that means, yes, auto dialer, robocalls, of course.
Yeah, it's more and more popular now. Sometimes it might be a robocall. You pick it up. It's not even a person. They will just play whatever it is. They use AI because AI is also very popular now.
Yeah.
Or sometimes they're not gonna handle this call directly. They will just play the prompt. They record something in advance. They play something pre-recorded, and later on, the real person will get connected. This is also very popular. Like I said, true story. I got a couple of calls from the bank service. They were trying to sell me something like bank loans.
Yeah.
And that's quite popular now. They're just trying to, asking me to buy this.
Yeah. Do you need a loan? Do you really don't need it? Come on. You have very good credit. You can loan some money.
But anyway, I think that's a pretty good story because this is exactly what they're doing now.
Yeah.
They use the same solution.
Yeah, exactly. So this is we're not gonna call it we're not gonna call it robocalls, but maybe it's a non-agent.
Yeah, it might just be the prompt.
Yeah, automatic prompt dialer. This also exists, right?
Yeah.
Well, let's get back to it. So predictive dialer, we have mentioned that, right?
Yeah.
Predictive dialer will mostly be supported in, as I mentioned, professional or let's be honest, expensive solution.
Are we gonna have it?
I'm not allowed to answer this question right now.
Well, let's just imagine everything.
I would doubt that we are going to have this algorithm ready in the very first launch.
I think probably we
that.
just need to do more researches, especially based on local regulations, something like that.
Once again, we are not allowed to talk about what features are there.
Yeah.
But I really don't think that's what we're going for personally. But that's my personal idea. Okay.
Right.
The thing is, let's go on with the thing.
Sure.
The auto dialer. Okay. And there are other ways. Like, there are like power mode.
Yeah, power mode.
There are power mode.
That will be very.
That's like an economical alternative to predictive dialer.
I guess that's gonna be a very aggressive way if you choose power mode.
Well, I'll put it this way. It's not smart enough, but when it comes to follow the rule,
right,
it can deadly follow the rule because in power mode, you can actually set up how many calls.
Yeah, you can also customize the limit, as always.
Like for example, if in China, the limitation is 10 calls per second, I can set up so the system make 9 calls per second.
Yeah.
Right? So I would always
Yeah.
always follow the rule.
Yeah.
Well, I make as many calls as possible. But this, once again, is not smart enough, so the ratio might not be that good. And in many cases, the agent would have to wait there.
Yeah.
Right, because
Yeah.
none of those 9 calls are answered. And
Yeah.
one more thing, it's very, very important for the system to be able to identify if the call is actually answered by voicemail or like answering machine, right? Because in this kind of case, the call is actually answered,
Right.
but not by real person.
Right.
Right. So it's kind of important for a system to be able to detect it and consider it as a ineffective call, and we'll hang up and move on to the next call
Sure.
instead of connect the agent to a answering machine.
Right.
Right.
Right. Right.
This is also kind of important.
Mm-hmm.
These are these are a few features that is highly related to the auto dialer, and once again, that's exactly why we've been postpone the auto dialer
Sure.
Outbound Call Center for
Yeah.
quite some time. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, and but we also see other things like AI usage of AI.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Like word extraction with auto dialer. That's also very, very, very common.
Sure.
Once again, high end auto dialer would marketing their AI based answering like assistance. Like for example, they would listen to the customer, whatever the callee are saying, and just generate a most appropriate answer for the agent. Show it on their screen.
This is what you're supposed to give the reply.
Yeah, I suggest that you say this.
Yeah.
But once again, that depends on how much you trust AI these days,
Sure. Yeah.
right? I am quite sure it's better than a rookie. But if that's
But who knows, right?
Who knows, right? Yeah.
Funny story. Talking about this, I think there's a funny story.
Yeah.
Very interesting, guys. For most of our cases, if we use AI like ChatGPT, it's pretty smart. But sometimes even the AI will get confused.
Yeah.
Like if I ask the AI, which one's bigger between 0.8 and 0.11?
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes it will get confused. Sometimes the AI will get confused.
Really?
Really?
Wow.
Because 0.8, obviously,
eight is smaller than 11.
That's right.
So they think, okay, 0.8 is smaller than
yeah.
0.
So the thing you mentioned, I'm just thinking about if we put AI there, it might be something wrong with it.
Yeah. A bad AI would not help.
Yeah.
But once again, AI is, well, let's talk about this. AI is a very good way for a solution provider to make money.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
They would, I can tell you I have a good AI, so I can sell my solution at a higher price. But once again, your AI has to be good.
Yeah.
Your AI has to be good.
Be a smart one.
Or your AI are able to very clearly cover up the fact that it is stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's actually what most AI are doing these days.
Yeah.
AI is also kind of important, but once again, other features like CRM's integrations, like a live chat together with the solution. Like for example, if I am a monitor, I am listening to a new agent, right? Talking to their customers, I could very quickly start a chat with this guy. That's kind of like the whisper monitor mode, right? But the fact is, if you're talking and the agent have to listen to you while listen to the customers and the talk, it's kind of difficult.
Yeah.
Right? It's hard to process.
Your brain's gonna stop.
Yeah. So that's why you're probably gonna need a chat.
Yeah.
And this is actually quite common for a contact center solution, right? Well, these are the things that we've been seeing and we've been considering, and yeah, auto dialer. That's what is going on, man, right?
Yeah, exactly. This is actually the big plan what we're going to have on the P-Series system.
Yeah, we are going to have auto dialer, of course.
That's confirmed.
It is confirmed.
Yeah.
I see the demo. I personally pretty like it. I think it's realistic, a realistic solution for us and for a lot of our customers. But because our solution, the Yeastar PBX solution, the fundamental thing is we have a certain ratio between the extension quantity and concurrent calls.
Yeah.
That means that a professional, let's say, the call centers that do outsourcing,
sure,
they would not use Yeastar PBX because, well, they probably have like 1/4, 1/3 concurrent calls to extension ratio. That's not good.
Yeah.
They have to have a 1-to-1 ratio,
Mm-hmm.
right? So our goal, Yeastar's goal, is definitely not doing this kind of contact center,
Sure.
outbound call center. Okay, we're not doing those kind of things. And once again, for those kind of contact center, it's going to be very, very difficult to follow the regulations.
Yeah. Regulation is always the big deal.
Yeah. So we don't want to get in trouble once again. So
Sure.
that's why this solution is based on our PBX. So what we're going to have is a fully functioned out dialer, an outbound call center solution with all the major factors you need,
So it's more like we would like to provide our partners a pretty dynamic solution which can cover most of your requirements, but it won't create any troubles or problems for you.
Yeah.
This is actually what we're going to do.
and not for outsourcing contact center,
Exactly.
professional contact center. That's for sure.
Sure.
We have
sure.
to be clear about that. But if you are a company or your customer is a company,
Normal companies,
or
right?
normal company who do kind of telemarketing,
Sure.
right? Like
Yeah.
have like 3-5 people doing telemarketing.
Yeah, like a car dealership. If you're going to selling cars, you might probably need to call your customers. This can be a perfect solution.
banks.
Yeah, bank service, insurance service, absolutely. And
Yeah.
even some educational organizations.
Oh, well, that's in
that's
China.
very popular in China.
That's very Chinese. It's gonna be a little
Yeah.
bit difficult for you guys probably to understand. But car dealership,
Sure.
bank services, it's quite common.
Yeah.
They would sell.
They're going to make lots of cold calls.
Yeah.
This is just the way how they do business.
Yeah.
Now
yeah.
you can try this on the P-Series system. Why not?
Yeah, and there's no way that they would outsource this because that's direct sale.
It's not necessary.
Yeah.
A car dealership, I just have maybe like 8 agents, 8 sales managers.
What kind of car dealership would go for a?
What? A cold calls?
Uh-huh.
What kind of car dealership? Well, there are so many car dealerships that are going to make cold calls. Now business is
what?
not that easy. For selling cars.
For selling car, they would just randomly call you to ask you if you need to buy a car.
Probably.
You received this kind of call?
I got this kind of call when I was in Dubai.
That's Dubai.
Yeah, when I was in Dubai, I got this.
That explains everything.
Yeah.
Okay, you are in Dubai. Okay.
Yeah, a couple of agents, they were just trying to call me. And previously, I was thinking about, hey, why do you guys call me? For selling cars? And then I understand, they're using some sort of...
Yeah. Well, like if you just recently purchased a car, like a lot of insurance company would call you.
Yeah,
If you
exactly.
recently purchase a house, apartment, a lot of realistic
Blockers will contact you.
will contact you. Hey, do you plan to sell the house? Are you living in? It is under decoration.
Yeah.
Do you want to sell it? Do you want?
That's
to,
right.
Yeah, things like this.
Well, in China, even service providers going to call you as well.
Oh yeah.
If you subscribe a particular service or you just purchase a new SIM card anyway, they're going to call you every single day.
Okay, so exactly. I also got this call from the service provider, major service provider in China. They asked me, okay, we have this promotion based on your contract. We can give you a free phone. Where do you want me to send it?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, why do you give me a free phone? Okay, it's not, if it's free, it's not free. Okay, I'm old enough to know that. So I ask, so is there any terms other terms based on. Okay, so if you buy this free call, if you need this free phones,
upgrade your plan.
No, you can just save like a certain amount of money in your numbers, and we will give you this free phone.
Right.
So and then I'd ask, so what model is this phone? It's like a 3 years old model.
Old model.
Old model. I'm like, okay, thank you, thank you, thank you, and I don't need it. Well, they are a major. I know they use their official number to do this.
Yeah.
So they are a major service provider.
Yeah, it's legal. It's nothing wrong with it.
Well,
this is normal. Absolutely.
They are service providers. If they are doing something illegal, they will make it. They will change the law.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah. Okay, so but this is what it is.
Yeah, that's right. This is just the way how we use the outbound call center.
Yeah.
You don't have to try the outsourced third-party call centers. That's exactly why you need such a solution on the system.
Yeah. So, and that's Yeastar's plan is to doing a solution for this kind of customer.
Sure.
So, once again, fully function with all the factors that you need, and it cannot be very expensive. But once again, to be honest, I don't know how they will be charged, how they're going to charge.
So you don't know the business model.
I don't know yet.
All right.
I don't know. Maybe they haven't, but I know that they haven't decided yet.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, if they haven't decided about the business model, then I'm pretty sure the product is ready. That's one thing I can confirm.
Yeah, because they're already thinking about the business model.
The way how they charge it, right?
Yeah. So that's pretty much all we have to say for the auto dialer.
Sure.
Perhaps once again, it will be on. It will be ready in a couple of months.
November, December. I don't even know.
Yeah. Well, in November definitely will be. There will be auto dialer will be ready.
Sure.
So that's the auto dialer.
Yeah. So good news. Absolutely good news.
We've done a lot of researches. We are looking at a lot of other solutions on that. So that's part of our job here today.
Yeah.
Once again, excepting for playing that game.
Good game, by the way. Yeah. Pretty excited about this new feature. Yeah, looking forward to it. Yeah, I think that might be the most important update what we will have on the P-Series system. With the outbound call center plus our inbound call center, well, guys, you are ready to go. You won't miss any important business opportunities. Yeah, pretty sure. This time I can tell you pretty much sure.
Yeah. It's now a pretty fully featured contact center.
Yeah.
Digital channel, voice channel, inbound, outbound.
You want to use the PBX for service, try the inbound call center.
Yeah.
You want to use the PBX for making money, try the outbound call center, right? Yeah. Or you want to communicate with more customers, try the live chat.
Yeah, digital channel.
Yeah, it's already.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, but once again, this is... the plan.
Sure.
Yeah. This is the plan.
And I guess we will bring our audiences the real live demo on when.
That's another part of our job. Well, I don't know. I'm not allowed to say anything about it.
But I guess we're gonna have important event, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it. So probably on the event we might have something.
I will ask for it.
Yeah. Please.
I will ask for it, and they will try.
Yeah.
By they, I mean the product development. They will try.
Now let's just push them. Let's squeeze them. This is Yeastar Day. Come on, guys. The big event.
Yeah. Well, by the way, Yeastar Day is on next
October 23rd.
October 23rd.
Yeah, be there, big square.
Yeah. Okay, I think that's it for this podcast.
Sure. Yeah, that's it. We can hold it for something. We can just hold it.
Yeah.
So you guys can be free to imagine all these cool features, and we're going to catch you guys with all these new features pretty much soon. Yeah.
And this podcast will continue.
Yeah.
Next month.
It's season 2.
Season 2.
I just mentioned season 2. We're going to keep going.
We're going to keep going.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we going to stop for Christmas?
I don't know. I think probably Christmas or Chinese New Year, we can prepare something special. We can have some sort of free chat or something.
Yeah, we can do a live stream. We'll just play the game.
Yeah, that might be okay. That sounds good.
Yeah, probably. I don't know.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. So that's it.
Yeah, that's it. We're going to catch you guys in the next one. Thank
Okay.
you so much. Have a
Okay.
good one.
Have a good one.